The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, good morning. Let's have some fun. Now, if you haven't been here before, I need you to get a tablet and pen and get ready to go. Now, you've been here before, you know to already have that tablet and pen. Get ready to go. Now, let's understand, the world is crazy because there's so many people full of doo-doo. It just pisses me off to no end. The reality is we're going to talk about your personal credit. Why? I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarborough years ago. He was security chief at TRW at Experian. TRW stood for That Report's Wrong. Thomas Raymond Woolridge. Okay. We're talking about corporations and all those silly people on TikTok, Google, and YouTube. Get an LLC, get an S Corp, get this. It's like, let's do the Macarena. I mean, we're going to tell you the truth. How I got to million to billion through corporate structure at 26. You ready to play? You got your tablet and pen? Ready to begin? Here we go. It's live. You get to play with me. Isn't that fun? I've been having fun. My wife calls this my hobby. All right. Because at 26, I retired. I haven't had a paycheck for 30 years. Don't seem to need one. See if we can play. But I drive Lamborghinis and Ferraris. Would you like to do that too? But they don't belong to me. But I got the keys. We're going to play. Now, there's no pictures. There's no recording. Why? Because I said so. And it's against the law if I say so. See, the bottom line is when you record something, you put it in your phone, you never pay attention to it, ever. How about we basically memorize this? We write it down, let our brain record. Wouldn't that be a good thing to do? The bottom line is we get to play the game, and I get to play with you. Now, I got a couple of problems that always happened to me. See, as a little kid at sixth grade, they said I was retarded because I write two different things simultaneously and have another conversation. I could do three things at once because both sides work. I got an IQ of 203 of total recall. So I end up rhyming all the time. So sorry to say, that's what I do. So get your tablet pen. Let's get ready to begin. I wish I could stop it, but it's just what I have to do. I like goodies. You like goodies? Let me show you some goodies that I got too under the corporate structure. But me, when I started out, it's simple. I got born in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. I just wanted out of hell. That's what I called it. She didn't want me. What am I going to do? Go boo-hoo-hoo. Mrs. Hope, the she-devil from hell, used and abused me too. So I didn't have a family till I got a wife and kids. So let's understand your goal and your journey begins today. See, I want you to take away all your excuses. I don't understand basically why you haven't got to million to billion. Just look at you. Come on, how old are you today? You're getting older, slower. You're not as pretty as you used to be. Isn't it time to get serious and go get it? We're going to teach you to play. Now you got to look behind that curtain each and every day. We got to play. Now get out your credit cards. Come on. If you're going to get to million to billion, if you ever really want to do that, you got to get out your personal credit cards. You got to put a sticky in the back of the cards. See, these are 50,000 a piece. If I put a sticky in the back of the card, I got to write down the limit of the card, write it down. And then I got to maintain 25% always, never pass 29%. Because why? If you go past 29%, you're on flat. You screwed up your credit. You see, you got to realize the rules and tools that were set up years ago. So let's understand this kind of crap's got to stop. What did you do? You jacked it up, you dropped your score, you got stuck, you can't get it anymore, and you can't write out diddly squat. Now, if you did exactly what I told you to do on these cards today, that's 71,000 of safety credit for you and your family too. Write down line of defense. I want you to create a line of defense. I want you to quit bringing the pain home. Because I think when you bring the pain home, you did something silly and stupid. That doesn't mean you're stupid, so don't take it personally. Now, here's a corporation. Let's look at chapter 18. You ready to play? I learned this at 7.5 years old. I paid attention. I listened to a poker game, and they were saying a corporation's a legal person. Oh, goody for them. Now, you probably got a corporation today, don't you? What did you do? You paid $5,000 to an attorney, a CPA, and a corporate service, and didn't learn dilly squat. Did you know corporations are free? All you got to do is pay a little filing fee. That's what I did at 9.5 years old. Now let's watch corporation. It doesn't matter what type in the beginning, because if it gets sued, they're going to sue you anyway. So I understand that because you're all over that. Now it may sue or be sued. So if a corporation is sued, you're kind of screwed up. So I learned to do something. I created something, invented it. I am the inventor of division process. I invented it for me. Now the whole world gets to use it too. Now I went back to one thing. 7.5 years old. When I heard a corporation's a legal person, it kind of hit me here. See, I learned to read at 2.5 years old, learned to memorize too. So what did I do? Went down to the Torrance Police Department. Next door was a library next door. I went, ma'am, what does this mean? She was rude. She walked away. And she basically came back a couple minutes later and said, here's a mock of it, here's a book. She was kind of B. I read the book. You've been trying to find that book too, haven't you? What did you do? Brought the pain home instead? So let's understand something very simple. I couldn't find a blueprint, rules, and tools. It's kind of like Tony Robbins out there who uses motivation. He's great at that. But I don't see any rules and tools. So motivations last 5 minutes. Oh, you got a rich dad, poor dad, dickety dad. They're basically what? Saying the same things that he sold years ago too. We need rules and steps and rules. That's the name of the game. So what do we have to do? It's very simple. All right, after going to the library for 2 years, I created my own blueprint. You know what I did? I sent away a money order. The Secretary of State of California, I got a Helping Hand Industries, came back. You know what's really weird, kind of freaked me out? That we got credit cards in the mail without applying for credit for the corporation up to $100,000, named the movie Dave. Wow. See, people didn't have to use their SSN for credit purposes or in the past. And then instead, they basically kind of screwed it up for everybody too. We're going to explain that today. So getting all these credit cards in the mail, I've been collecting these since I was 9.5. Kind of fun. And I got named in that movie Dave too. Let's watch what happens next. 12.5 years old, I got named in a lawsuit. What? Are you crazy? I got named in a what? I'm 12.5 years old. We started the first Orange County Blind Center. We used the word Braille. There, basically, we didn't realize one thing. The word Braille is basically trademarked by the Braille Institution. Back then, I didn't understand trademarks and trade names and trademarks. I'd like you to think about something today. For 45 years, my clients, millions and millions of people, have told me their friend and family stole their idea. Why don't we protect it before we go blah, blah, blah? Why don't you set up a website? Why don't you take all your ideas, write them down, make a copy? Why don't you take that copy and put it in a FedEx envelope, send it to yourself. Don't open the envelope. They'll let the judge do that too. See, today we got to understand. Do you use Velcro? You do? Fantastic. That's called hook and loop. Velcro is the name of a company in El Segundo, California. You blow your nose, you blow it on Kleenex or tissue. See, we got to understand and play. Now that scared the you-know-what out of me, so I had to create another way to play. So I came up and invented division process. 85 and 86. We're going to play. So are you paying attention today? Never bring the pain home. Is that okay? Now, when I was a little kid, they kept on saying one other thing. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I asked the grown-ups what that meant. They couldn't explain it to me because all they could do is go, me, 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 me. See, I think the grown-ups are stupid when I was a little boy. So I want you to understand something. If you have a corporation today, be careful. Doesn't matter what you have, what type too, because when they sue the corporation, they sue you because you're on the Secretary of State's website. You're the incorporator. You're the officer. Good luck with that. You see, if you don't have a division process, you're a duck and a sheep. Next thing they told you is put all of your ducks in a row. Well, it's saying simple. Well, how to explain it to me? They couldn't explain it, so I had to design this. I designed this as a kid. Here's the corp, here's divisions, $1 million. What? You see, the reality is the grown-ups didn't know what they're doing. All right, so you got to teach them how to play. Like I'm trying to teach you to never bring the pain home ever again. Warning, warning, Dr. Smith. It reminds me of that TV show as a kid. I'm honest and I'm blunt. The reality is very simple. I'm going to tell it like it is. I'm not going to change who I am. If you follow stupid, that doesn't mean you're stupid. Is what you did is you did something stupid. So we're not going to follow stupid. Come on. You get your friends and family told you how to start your credit file, and you followed silly and dumb, and they ended up basically taking 3 years to try to figure that out. And now I'm going to correct it today for you anyway. So let's have fun. Let's play. The next thing is, guess what? It doesn't mean you're stupid. But if you follow stupid, the reality is we got to play. And I want to build you to millionaires. Is that okay with you? If we play the game? So I'm Ray Reynolds, the Godfather of Credit. I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to treat you like you're 2 years old. The reality is we're going to get you up and away and never bring the pain home. Or if you allow me to. So let's understand. My foolproof program, very simple. Now I got rich and famous clients too. It's kind of fun. And then I take people from homeless. The Raise 360, get them back to 100,000 to $1 million of credit, new house, a new truck, new car too. Oh, $1.6 million. Properties in Long Beach. Oh, the guru does super, exercises too on YouTube and all that good stuff. Oh, we got to help people coming out of prison too. Here's Free Ray Ricky Dickie Ross. I got him gold and platinum cards. All right, when he came out of prison, he brought people that I knew in our neighborhoods. We're from the same areas. It's fantastic. Wow. But then he told people he was a credit expert. I had to fix some of those people too. Then he doesn't like me. Oh, well, what I'm going to do, go boo-hoo-hoo. Here's Thomas. He was in prison for 26 years. Within 8 months, I coached him and I rebuilt his life. Brand new dump trucks, millions a year. Is that okay if I help you too? Your biggest problem is you don't understand the rules and tools. You got your SSN by signing an SS5 when you're 14 to 16 years old. And we have to go back to history. Franklin D. Roosevelt, he did the Reserve Act, the Gold Reserve Act. He confiscated gold. You could only have a wedding ring. They call it Fort Knox. So let's understand what happened after that too. Nixon, he took the gold standard out in 71. That means every woman, listen very carefully, every woman at the hospital is handed an SS5 form within 2 hours of the baby being born. The SS5 gives the SSN. So they can bond us up to 35 million apiece. We're just a number. So it's a lonely number because we only get one. The SS5 equals SSN. Social Security number. It wasn't for credit purposes anyway. Since silly people did that for credit purposes, our president, the dinosaur, he basically came out and said he wants to have a federal government credit bureau and get rid of all the other ones because they're using his number, as he said, because they're not supposed to in the first place. You get one. That means it's a lonely number. We, the people. So we get our SSN. We're tax until we're dead, called probate. They reach in the grave and take that too. And the bottom line is the time of death at the hospital is for the state and federal government, not for you. Now let's compare the SS5 to SS4. You ready to play? So here's what thing. Let's take it and dissect it. Less behind the curtain. It says legal name of entity. Banks, grocery stores, and cities. So when the banks have a major company, their parent company, they have subsidiaries called corporations, and they bankrupt subsidiaries, they get a tax credit. All you get to do is go home and go, bah-ho-ho, because you didn't learn to play. Well, that's on you. You see the entity or individual person? Why don't we put your name right there? Why don't we learn to play? SS5 equals SSN 1040 tax return. SS4 equals 1120 tax return, known as the tax ID. Did you know you never had to bring the pan home in the first place? You screwed up because you didn't pay attention. I've been teaching and preaching for 45 years. Where have you been? Truly a second chance. Now, if you're one of those tax protesters and you don't want to file tax returns, then go to prison like Wesley Snipes for 3 years plus and get fined $5 million. That's called stupid. See, you got to play the game. When you play checkers or chess or backgammon or poker, do you cheat? Are you a cheater? You see those cheaters over there that should go to prison? All they had to do is file a tax return and know about a 1244. The ultimate goal, 1244, is very simple to do. So that way you file one tax return and almost never pay tax. Go check it out later today, irs.gov, 1244. Would you like to get to the place you can actually play the game and win, like rich and famous people do every day? So the lack of knowledge is why people do stupid things. We get to play. Now today, I want you to understand something. There's 5 things I want you to focus on, and I need you to write them down now. No pictures, no recording, write it down. It says flat out, everything under the tax that needs to write off. This is free money. These are $100,000 each. We get free money through the corporation as long as you maintain the payment and not hurting my family. And the division gives me the line of defense in case something screws up. I basically protect the corp and my family. The divisions are the ducks. And we can build a legacy for our family too. What a concept. Let's talk about free money. So if I get you $50,000 on a card and you max that out to invest it, or because anything above 10,000 doesn't show up in personal reports anyway, usually, that means you're going to make $2,650. After you pay the payment, you have a $2,000 cash flow. When I put cash flow free per time on page 6, 45 years ago, winning the game of business. So let's understand how to play. The bottom line is we can actually create anywhere from 8,000 to 50,000 per month. Would that be okay? See, the biggest problem with all of you, you didn't create residual income. You work your job, you work your company, you make your bills, and you go through the roller coaster of life and go, well, that's what you do. You should think about collecting things like I have since I was a kid. See, I had 19 houses at 17 and a half. I couldn't get number 20. They said I had a loan to value problem, so they asked how did I get the 19. I've transferred them into my divisions. I freed up my loan to value problem. I've been collecting franchises, storage units, and real estate, or commercial and personal real estate since I was 17. I like cash flow free up your time. So the bottom line is I like residual income. So that way, no matter what happens, the bills get paid. You like the roller coaster of life that kicks your ass in too, don't you? I think you got to stop it today. How about 16 ways to be an opportunity to be an investor? Let's think. The biggest problem we got is you. You're the problem. Do you have 50,000 coming in a month? Positive cash flow? Do you? I've had that since I was 17. You got to learn to play. So let's understand today how to build residual income. Maybe it's a hedge fund, real estate, franchise. Maybe it's a storage unit. You want to play? We can play today. No matter how you want to look at it too, we get to play. Now let's look at the United States of America Incorporated. I love the USA. So they got 50 corporations. They call them states. States got corps called cities. And then they invented Chapter 9 bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act. It's public record. They bankrupt 11 cities' debts and state and business in front of you. Your problem is you didn't learn to play. You could have did the same thing too. Instead, you like to be a sheep and a duck. I think that kind of sucks. We, the people, corporation's a legal person. So you can stop bringing the pain starting today. Is that okay? So let's write down division of you. Can you do that too? Let's look at that form. Line 1, I can put your name, corp, division, or subsidiary right there. I can build a corporate umbrella for you. What a concept too. Now let's understand, this is an example. I'm going to show you what I did and what I'm going to do for you too. Is that okay? Here's a Lamborghini worth $1,000,000. Boom, boom, here's the keys. Now, if I buy that Lamborghini, the payment is $6,800 a month. And I can't pay it, they take it away. Then they report it to the IRS as a 1099-C. So now I got shitty credit. I got an IRS problem, so I got double shitty credit. Well, that sucks. So if I buy it through the corporation, like I showed you, when they sue the corp, they sue me. That'd be silly too. So what am I gonna do? Simple. Let's listen. Let's pay attention. What I invented for the whole world, division process. I bought the Lamborghini through the division of a corporation. Now let's watch. All right, you can use SSN or SS4. You only get one SSN, and you get more SS4s based on every entity too. So I guaranteed an SS4. Now I got no intent to do fraud, but if I can't pay that bill, I'm allowed to do basically the 3-step I invented for me. You want to write it down for you? I can disconnect, isolate, incorporate, put that sucker over here, and keep my other pieces going. My other locations, my franchises, my real estate, all the pieces in my family. See, it's all going. Whee! Now, if I can't save it within 6 months, I'm going to do what that allows me to do. Public Record, Federal Protection Act says I can bankrupt the hell out of it, throw the sucker away. Isn't that what your banks, grocery stores, and cities do? Your problem is you didn't learn to play. Shame on you. Why didn't you learn to play? All right? Nobody told you. No one told me. I had to create it too. Now, when we lease a building, it's the division process. Each piece of property, because you don't know who's going to slip and fall and kind of sue you and screw you up too. Now, let's understand. The people on TikTok, Google, and YouTube, and all the blah, 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 I like to get them in open forum and take them all on and have some fun with knowledge to knowledge, because I think most of them are full of shit. See, it doesn't matter the type of corporation you get, because it matters how you receive the money. SS4, no taxes due till we're profitable. Isn't that fun? And then you got to learn the Fair Lending Act. Did you know under the Fair Lending Act, one card can get 99 more cards? So that means we can get 100,000 to $1 million to $10 million. Wow! But again, maybe you want to learn to play. I want to build you a corporate umbrella. Is that okay with you? Let's play. Let's understand. We're going to play the game. We're going to win. Do you play to lose or something? Why don't you do something today for you and verify what I tell you is true? Why don't you go to the Secretary of State's website in your state and find your corporation, find you're the incorporator, you're on the office's list or statement of information, so they see your name, and probably 87% of you do what you still do. You use your home address. Sorry, that's called stupid. You added yourself to the national mailing list and the robocall list too. So let's change that today to a mailbox, etc. So when they sue the corp, they sue you. When they told me as a little kid to put my ducks in a row, I asked what that meant, and they couldn't explain it to me. So I built it for them, like I'm going to build it for you. Is that okay? We're going to teach you to put your ducks in a row. Because right now, when they sue the corp, they sue you, and that kind of sucks. Maybe you never had to fight for your life like I had since the day I was born. I want you to create the line of defense. Is that okay with you? If we learn to play my way? Because I think your way kind of sucks. Here's a $100 million building. $1 million Lamborghini. Here's a $5 million mansion. Here's a $1 million race boat. They all have my name on it. Ray Reynolds University.com. Whee! I obtained him. Why haven't you? Are these turned up? Maybe you need to turn up the volume. Maybe turn the nose a little bit too. See, I like goodies. You like goodies yet? I can get you to million to billion if you want, but can you follow through? And let me tell you what to do. I want to play one of my pool tables. It's okay. What's your goal? Why don't you take the calendar today and dissect how many working days are left? Figure it out. I'm online 6 days a week. I'm the only one that does what I do. And 6 days a week live with me and you. Wow, what do we get to do? 45 years in person or online. Like at the bottom bench for 32 years. All right, Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Lying around the hotel to get to play with me. Why don't you write down credit loan money? Go ahead. See, here's the problem. You had some money. You spent it. You pissed it away. Then you're broke the next day. Well, that sucks. Why don't we take 100,000 or $100,000 on a credit card to the corporation, write a check back to ourselves and put it in the same bank? And why don't we do this? Reference 3 times 5. 3 times 5. Write it down. I don't want your corporation to do business because I think that's stupid. Because when they sue it, they sue you. If your corporation becomes a management company like the banks do, the grocers and cities, rich and famous people do too, you're going to have a franchise. Then you can have an apartment complex. This is going to manage these people. These are the line of defense. What is it going to do? Give you financial freedom. That's what I put in one of my books too, 45 years ago too. This is going to create 50,000 up to that per month. Is that okay? That I get you to residual income? This is your biggest problem. All of you screwed up. Congratulations. You haven't been focused on residual income. Okay, you got to understand what that really means. Now, here's what happens. If you allow me to do this as an affiliate, I'll add you, your corp, or your divisions to one of my cards. And I'll basically an authorized user. As I rebuild you, I'll order your card and ask for separate billing for you. Will that be okay if I get you $100,000 so we can play and understand how to play the game too? Now, maybe you want to do residual income based in real estate. You got states, 14 of them, that have properties from $35,000 to $75,000, brand new house. There's management companies that will manage them for you. Or you use Section 8s. What are you trying to do? Build residual income to $50,000 a month. How do we get to play? Why don't you do yourself a favor today? Later today, when no one's around, stare at yourself in the mirror for 5 minutes. I do it every morning since I was 2.5 years old. So let's understand something. What did you do yesterday to get towards $1 million dream? Oh, you sit there going, that's all, folks. I want you to think a little differently. Why don't we get the repo list for cars, boats, houses, apartment complex, duplex? How about probate list, divorce list, bankruptcy list? Why don't you sell supply and vendor credit? See, let's understand, your corporation should have $1 million of credit per entity as well, checkbook money, and supply and vendor money. And if you did exactly what I'm talking about today, by the time you turn around, you're going to have about a $10 million company. See, but the biggest problem I still have is you. You're the biggest problem in your own damn way. Why don't you don't think and just do? Now, making a money-making machine, let's understand what that means today. 100,000 to 1 million of supply and vendor credit. OPM money. I'm one of the original OPMs, and I wrote the rules for Ben Dun & Bradstreet to play this game too. You ready to play? Let's sell on Amazon and eBay. Is that okay? So let's understand. Take a picture of this page. Certain page, I'll say, go ahead and take a picture. Click. If you're not in the program today, why don't you get a private call with me? And on Saturday, I got 10 classes from 6 in the morning to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, live with me every Saturday for the last 45 years. Level 1, 2, 3, and specialty classes too. So based on what you invest, that's how much bonus credit I'm going to give you. I want to give you 5 to 10 times your money you invest. Back to you. Is that okay if we play? Now, if you're a current customer and you want to add credit to your package, here's $10,000 for $499. Here's basically $25,000 to add more for $999. And all you got to do is Zelle. Because we only take that discount if it's Zelle, basically for you and for us too. Take a picture of this. Click. Zelle is Ray Reynolds recipient. Ray at rayscredit.com. Always put RW when you Zelle during a webinar. Now, if you need a little help, you can do this. All you got to do is call 800-254-9506. Talk to a specialist in my call center because we spend $3,000 an hour to spend for the call center every day. If they're not available, ask for Scott. He loves taking calls. He's my controller too. We get to play. You like some goodies too? I like goodies. Goodies and goodies and goodies. And I always put Ray Reynolds University on that. Just understand that I really obtained it. Not a bunch of BS. I see too much BS online today. I like goodies. You like goodies yet? Now here's me. 1981, I broke the record for the highest damn kick, fastest kick on the planet. Every time I turn around, some idiot says, white man can't jump. Are you kidding me? And so the bottom line is I kicked out the lights that night because the guy, the Guinness Book of Records, pissed me off. And then no matter where you come from, you can accomplish your goals. Just get out of your damn way. Simple. Now, one of my first cars, Quintos Lamborghini. What did you get? I drove it to Orange Coast College at 14 and a half. You get to play. You want to play with me today? So don't hear no. Someone who says no, understand, they don't know how to do it, so they say no, and you accept no. You're asking a question to a stupid person. Say thank you and walk away and look behind the curtain. Now, 1,000 steps to millionaire. That's what it takes. So 0, a big fat 0. What happened to you? Did your family leave you a legacy? I don't think so. I think you got left a little piece of something, and the one who passed in a better place than the day, they're basically what? They left you and they're just a memory. I think we should change the way people do things today. I think you understand a corporation lives forever and we're going to die. So why don't we leave our legacy someone takes over versus a little piece? Now I want you to look at your house today. It has a deed of trust, it requires a pink slip too. Write down irrevocable trust. Then write down UCC1. Can you imagine today? Everything that you have, all right, when you're dead, who's going to walk through that estate sale and buy little pieces like it's a swap meet or Kmart? I like you to look at everything you have in your personal life, house, and your office, and tie it to a UCC1. I'd like you to record it, county recorder's office, and turn it into a chattel mortgage. And then I want it tied to an irrevocable trust. See, when I'm dead, all right, the reality is I know where my goodies go. You need to know this too, but you got to have to follow through. So understand three things I live by. I plan the problem, I plan to live, and I plan to die. Goal is simple, giving you up to 10 times of your credit back to you. So whatever you invest with me, I want to give you credit 5 to 10 times more back to you. I want to take away your excuses. Don't worry, nobody does what I do on this planet for 45 years. Bottom line is, let's get you basically where you get past go. Let's play. Draw the diagram in front of you. Here's a corporation, here's divisions. Banks use Bank of America. They use bank and the other branches, and they have branch numbers. They bankrupt pieces, and they get a tax credit. They've already bankrupt 5,000 locations so far. And then got fined $100 million 2 weeks ago. Chase was hacked last week and shut down for the whole friggin' day. And the bottom line is you got US Bank has the same problem too. And Wells Fargo, they've been indicted more than any of them. Do you know what happens? All right, Sam's Club basically shut down 1,500 locations and bankrupt that too. Geico and cities. So if you would pay attention and basically stop bringing the pain home, become a certified CFO, and reprogram your brain to millionaire status. You can start using my blueprint. I started when I was 9.5 years old. I call it see it, believe it, go get it. Is that okay? I want you to write it down for you. So let's understand there's 5 things you need starting today. I need you to write them down. You got your tab and pen ready to begin? It's pretty simple to do. Stop treading water. Stop playing it safe. The greatest thing about a division, you can roll the dice, and if it screws up, it doesn't bring the pain to the corp or the family. See, the goal is, as long as we're trying, we're not dying. If we're not trying, hell, we might as well be dead. Here's the 5 things I want you to write down. Number 1, 750 credit score. Number 2, corporate divisions. Number 3, I want you to have $1 million of cash credit. Then I want you to have checkbook money, and I want you to have supply and vendor credit to $1 million. Those are the 5 things you need. Write it down. We get to play, and do not take a picture because I told you not to. Let's play. Those are the things you need starting today. So let's draw the diagram in front of you. If a corporation does business, I'm going to call it stupid. If it's a parent company owning divisions and entities, I'm going to call it brilliant. So we can stop bringing the pain home. We can put our ducks in a row. We can let me repackage you. Is that okay? Under the same corporate umbrella. We get to play the game and win. Starting next year, I got a radio and TV show, which is kind of fun because then I'm not going to have to do my 6 days a week. Because it's after 45 years, I'm kind of done with that too. Because sometimes, I'm sorry to say, this is kind of boring for me, creating millions and billions. Now I help presidents of the United States of America too. We get to play. Now I bet you had your kitchen table meeting too. You sit around the kitchen table with your friends and family. And then hopefully someone had half a brain and says, what if something goes wrong, honey? What did you do? You jacked up your cards. You dropped your score. You got stuck. Hell, you can't get any more, and you can't write out diddly squat. And then you haunt your house. I'm sorry, you brought the pain home. I thought we're supposed to be grown-ups and not screw up the family. What happened? Stop it now. Okay? See, you got to learn to play and don't bring that pain home ever again. Write down today's date. Let's project 90 working days. Let's go get the goodies. Now there's the thing I wrote, winning the game of business. Literally 45 years ago, page 6, cash flow, free up your time. Now I sold the Millionaires Founders Kit at the Bonaventure for 32 years, every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Ultimate goal is very simple to do. Now let's understand something. If you get a copy of this, be careful. See, when I was in a coma 14 years ago, My wife went to our office at One Technology Drive over on Spectrum. We found Ron stealing my books with 2 U-Hauls. He found out I was going to die, so he's stealing my shit. That's what happens when your district manager finds out you're going to die. They steal you. It's not very nice. And then Tom, he sold my websites. He sold my phone numbers. It took me 10 years to get the Ray Reynolds University back. The phone number, you never want to call it because he sold it to the highest bidder because of my falling. The highest bidder was a porn site. Don't call the number because you'll get basically shocked what it basically says to you. So guess what you get to do? You get it free today. That's right. The Millionaires Founders get is free. As long as you sell over $99 for shipping and handling. The ultimate goal. You don't have to pay the $5,000 anymore. There's your Zell. Put RW in your Zell. What you Zell for too. Now let's understand, if you get anything stuck, you can always call 800-254-9506 and talk to a specialist too. Starting a business, running a business, oh my goodness. Between the people, friends, and family around you, employees, suppliers, creditors too, you know if they're going to knock you off the damn cliff or let you fall off and die. Hold your breath. Now here's something about me. When I was a little kid, being used and abused, it sucks. I wanted out of hell. I get up every day at 2:25. My wife to this day can't understand that. I wake up every day at 2:25. When I was a little boy, if I woke up at 2:30, the abuser would get me. So my brain's been programmed for that since I was a little kid. I got up this morning and said, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I went and looked in the mirror. I've been giving myself the mirror test since I was 2.5 years old. See, I wanted to get out of hell. I didn't get a mommy and a daddy and a family like you, all right, which you're kind of lucky. But then you allow people around you to basically cloud your direction. It kind of sucks. So let's play. Now, 14 years ago, all right, July 4, 2009, 3 yachts in the backyard, all right, worth millions and billions, helping people 6 days a week. My wife wants to take out one of the yachts. Well, why not? For a group of people, and the next day I get to die. Well, that kind of sucks. It ruined the whole day. Jesus allowed me to go in a coma. I get to hear what's going on in the room. Tax attorney tricks my wife to sign a POA, and the nurse asked my wife if I was a donor too. So I got a choice from Jesus. He said, stay in peace or go back. I said, go back. Now understand, I had to move 24 times. Time I'm 11.5 years old. I've been shot twice, not 6 times too. So I got no excuses like you. See, I think you basically hold yourself back. Now, I'm truly God's example. Can you pay attention today and turn these up just a little bit too? You see, I got a book coming out this year called Jesus is Not a Drive-Thru. Being a Christian is a way of life, not a moment in time. All right, I've been writing books and having fun too. The ultimate goal. Now, one of my books I want you all to get a copy is called Bite Your Tongue, Love Longer. See, people say things they want to basically take back. If they just shut up, especially men and women. Men, you just need to shut up because women are tape recorders. You want to yell, good outside, because that's the only thing that cares. The women just want to hear your blah, blah, blah anytime, any day. So bite your tongue, love longer. The next thing is my other new book coming out. It's Fighting the Monster Within. Ultimate goal. I love this one. It's called Bullshit Doesn't Pay Your Bills. Because it doesn't. The reality is most people are full of you know what? And fighting the pain within. So we can play. Let's get you past go today. Let's understand something today. The Lamborghini collection that I obtained, the Duffys, the mansions, how I broke the record for the highest kicking. Silly people say white men can't jump. That's just stupid of them. More Lamborghinis. How about we get race boats in the backyard? Helicopters, U-Dogs, Ferraris, and how about we get basically yachts too? I call this race rules. Is that okay if I show you a couple things I obtained? But again, you can basically start using my blueprint, see it, believe it, go get it. If you want to, I'll train you and hold your hand every step of the way. Now, credit repair, sorry to say, it's a fraud. I can't believe grown up so stupid to think a credit repair company has a friggin' magic wand. Collecting $100 a month for 2 years and they still have shitty credit. See, your credit's not broken. The Federal Trade Commission says credit repair is a fraud. They can't collect money up front, but they do it anyway. You have to rebuild your credit. Do you understand that? So why don't you write down section 611 today? Why don't you Google it, find out what you can do for yourself too? One of the things I would tell you flat out, if you have an open collection account, you can't rip off your creditor. You got to man up and woman up, not be a crook. Negotiate the debt. If you truly ever want a 750 score, All you have to do is negotiate in the open collection account, put all credit cards at 25, 29% but 2, and a rapid refresh that I invented 39 years ago for you. Isn't that fun? Then you got your 750. Now I want you to think about the KISS method. KISS stands for keep it simple, stupid. People aren't stupid, they just follow stupid. So here's your first 25 steps today. Is that okay with you? Number 1, Intuit Credit Karma. They bought it on December 3rd, 2020. They still have no phone number to help you. My new dashboards, I hope they kicks their assets too, because I want to make sure answer the phone and help you. So let's understand today, pretty simple. Now, I'd like you to let me do one thing for you, analyze your credit. See, I can tell you exactly what you need to do to have a 750 score in 90 working days. But I need you to listen, and I want you to follow through. Now, during my 10 classes live on Saturday, I have one at 1:30 called Education Analyzation, and I call case numbers in rotation when it's your turn. So that way I can tell you exactly from me to you live what needs to be done for you. Now, here's that SS5 form. None of you paid attention to. Name to be shown on card, full name of birth, other names you use. See, the SS5 is how you get your SSN and 1040 tax return. When you read the card, once you pull out your personal wallet today, your Social Security card, it's not even yours. It says do not laminate. All right, don't carry with you, don't use for ID purposes, but it always says property of Social Administration, not you. What did you do when you got your first paycheck? Let's understand. The SSN creates the 1040 tax return. This is how you connect the dots. From there, you got your first paycheck a long time ago, and what happened? You thought they ripped you off that company you worked for. And you question, where's my money? Then they pointed out the IRS gets her cut. You get the leftover. Good luck with that. See, that makes us a bunch of ducks and sheep because you didn't learn to play. All right, literally, basically the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, Supreme Court, corporations, a legal person, and we the people. You could actually file one tax return, single filing, and almost not pay any tax at all by playing by the rules too. Is that okay with you? IRS.gov, simple 1244. See, we all get one SSN, we're all ducks and sheep. Corporation gets one tax ID. And when they sue the corp, they sue you. Congratulations too. Unless you learn to master the division process that I invented in 85, 86. That gives you the line of defense. So you can become a certified CFO and reprogram your brain to millionaire status. So I like to repackage you under the SSN if you allow me to. That way you can be a CFO of corporate divisions. At the same time, I want you to master the SS4. 26 ways to use that form too. I explained that to Ted Turner when I was 9.5 years old. That was kind of fun. So let's have a double CFO. Let's put our ducks in a row and let's choose wisely from now on. Is that okay? We give you more chances than one under the same corporate umbrella and you get to play. There's that SS5 form. Why don't we compare it to the SS4? Line 1, legal name of entity, bank, grocery store, city, or individual person. Because you don't pay attention on all the pieces that I created for me, you can create them for me and I'll do the work for you too. Let's understand. That form is the only form on planet Earth that allows one per entity for banking and credit purposes. So let's learn to play. And let's make sure we don't bring the pain home ever again, because that's silly and dumb. And you're not dumb. What you did was kind of dumb too. The corporation's allowed to do 4 things. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to buffer tax. No taxes due till you're profitable. Ooh. I want cash credit. I want to write it all off. Interest rate and payment is everything I want to do. Then I want to get a cart fleet price. I want the free buffet at the hotel. Then that's all I wanted to do. Then the divisions are my line of defense. I want to make sure you understand they're cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, and we get multiple credit reports and separate liability for real estate too. You don't know who's going to slip and fall and try to screw you up too. So what do? Line of defense. We separate liability. What's a division give you? Line of defense. You don't bring the pain home ever again. Is that okay? Under the same corporate umbrella. I'm going to teach you to play and rebuild your life if you allow me to. But I will basically guarantee 100%. That means you have to pay attention, go to class, not following your what, and you got to follow through. What a concept for you. Violation, don't jack up cards. Such the ones I get you. And don't apply for credit during the program. We're trying to basically build you up, not play push me, pull me. If you screw up, own your screw up, please. We'll charge you a fee. or we'll have to close your case. All right, open collection account, past can't chase future. You got an IRS problem, they got a form called irs.gov. All right, it's a 656 of 433 A and B. Another solution for that problem too. Step number 3, let's do a wrapper rescore. Now here's a 750. If you allow me to do what I do best and I help you and guide you every step of the way, we're going to analyze your credit right away. We're going to do a wrapper refresh and block any crap and push the score up, and away. Guarantee you 750 and above if you do what I ask you to do. All right, you have to be part of the program to make it work too. From here, here's a nice lady. She says, why do I have a 651, Ray? Why you're using half your cards? My attorney, my CPA, and my banker told me to. You're listening to Dumb, Dumb, and Dumber. Why? Because you have no green lights. Wrapper rescore got her 132 points at 750 and above. We created green lights. Is that okay? See, you got to learn to balance your debt. Now, here's a nice couple. They were tricked by a bankruptcy attorney and his wife to file bankruptcy when they never needed to. I don't think you should file bankruptcy unless they're going to sell your house in court today or they're going to garnish your wages tomorrow. I think there's a better way to play. But here's an unsecured card for 500 bucks. Oh, they got 11 collection accounts. Boo-hoo. Here's 3,000. Let's balance the debt. You see, if you allow me to rebuild you, wrapper rescore, and you go to class on Saturday and fall in your what, the goal is a 750 score. But we should charge you $9.99 and give you a $1,000 card back to you. Only person on the planet that does this is me. For what you invest, I want to give you a cash card back to you to get your money back as I rebuild you up and away too. During the broadcast, I give it to you for half price, $4.99, and the card becomes 500 bucks. Is that okay? Now, again, you have to click. It's basically Zelle. Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@raisecredit.com. Put RW when you Zelle. If you need some help from the office and a specialist or a Scott, 800-254-9506. Now, here's another problem you got today. All right, I'm a voter. You know they sell the voting list 412 times a year. You got a cable bill, you have a corporation, oh goody. See, you got to add it to the national mailing list. Isn't that kind of silly and dumb? That's how you get robocalls and junk mail. Why don't you call 888-567-8688? Why don't you opt out for 5 years and get off that list right away? You see, what you got to learn to do is play. Now, I want you to understand today, number 5 is plan the problem. I believe you allowed a friend and family member to rip you off. I believe you loaned somebody some money. And because they don't respect it, they came back, I'm sorry. You see, you allowed this to happen to you. And then you spend thousands on some crap that didn't work. So we're going to take safety credit seriously now. Stick you in the back of the card, limit of the card, 25% maintain always, never past 29%. So this $100,000. So understand, that's called the line of defense. The way I designed it years ago for Yarborough was very simple for TOW. They became Sperian. 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. Is that okay if you pay attention today and you get that discipline down so you quit screwing it up again? I know you're going to say, I got an emergency, Ray. And I'm going to tell you to knock off the crap, sorry to say. All cars use the 25%, 29% rule, but 2. Your house and your car. They don't fluctuate your credit as long as you maintain the payment. Same thing with gold and platinum cards. They have a paid over limit time too, up to $1 million. So those are the cards you can get past 29% as long as you maintain the payment from now on, so you don't screw up your score and you maintain a 750 and above. Is that okay with you as we play? I know you lose your job, have an emergency. What are you going to do? All right, everyone's going to go boo-hoo-hoo, run out of time, run out of money, and go jack up their credit cards in 42 days and say, feel sorry for me. That's got to stop today. That's ridiculous. You need $5,000 now. Ask your friends, your family, the bank. They'll all tell you no. When you need it, the answer is no. You don't need it. Here's to go. This is a $5,000 card in my hand. If I max it out, the payment is $50 a month, called safety credit. The average person wastes $50 every other day. They also say you waste $140 a week. Is that true? That's $600 a month. If I take $50,000 off of a corporate credit card, the payment is $612.26. What the average person wastes and kind of pisses away in a given month, you could have bought 2 pizza restaurants during a pandemic with a drive-through, using some common sense. So we play. White men do jump. Stupid people say we don't. Nixon took the gold standard out. Now I need you to write down Ray's rules. Ray's rules: 100,000, 29% utilization, 71,000 of safety. From now on, the only thing that's allowed to screw up, as far as I'm concerned, is a division. Never the corp, never the family. You don't bring the pain home ever again. It's not acceptable. Ray's rules. Step number 7, have your cake and eat it too. Become a what? A certified CFO and never bring the pain home ever again. That would be okay if you paid attention today. The ultimate goal, how we play the game and we win. There I am in a coma. I wish I could have yelled at him and go, boo, scare the hell out of him. Oh, well, why don't you Google the address and find out I'm telling you the truth? You see, I've been in 2 comas in my life. One, I was crippled for life as a little boy at 5.5. I used my face on the curb, 42 miles an hour into Lane Street, Torrance. Jesus said, get up, and I got up. Last coma, I got to die and come back and help you. I think the devil's trying to hold us back and knock us down. But God's lays aren't God's denials. We could play, let me repackage you like Humpty Dumpty my way. Ultimate goal. What's a corporation again? It's a legal person that may sue or be sued. So if they sue the corp, they sue you. The lack of knowledge makes people do stupid things. I don't think people are stupid. I think what they do is stupid. So a division allows you multiple functions. You're allowed to disconnect, isolate, incorporate. This means flat out, if you have real estate and one slip and fall and try to sue you and screw you up, it's a division process. Kind of like your banks and grocery stores and cities get to play and never bring the pain home ever again too. Cash and supply credit. So what does a division give you? Line of defense. Pay attention today. I build you the corporate umbrella. If you allow me to do the tax ID, I get to set up a Spear and Trangio and Equifax. I get to get you to cash credit reports and get you cash credit. Is that okay with you? And then I want to line you up for checkbook money. Will that be okay? 9 divisions up to that is $1 million. 41 is up to 5 million. We get to play the game and win. The ultimate goal, look up the corporation you have today. Please verify what I say is true. You got to put your ducks in a row like I taught the grown-ups when I was a kid. Because right now, today, when your corporation is sued, they sue you. It makes you a duck and a sheep. That kind of sucks. The line of defense is what you need to focus on starting today. We get to play and never bring the pain home ever again. So I know he lost his job. Boo-hoo-hoo. Go work for your corporation, get off your ass, and let's go do something. See, when I came out of the coma, I'm homeless in my family. I sold my wedding ring, my Rolex, my necklace, my bracelet. I had 12 garage sales in Huntington Beach. I got cited 3 times. There's no damn excuse. Go drive a damn Uber, have a garage sale. Okay? Corporations build themselves, cash, credit, and write it all off. It's about time you play the right way. The corporation, the way I designed this, is $150 checkbook money and a $100,000 card. That means $250 per entity. So if we take a card like an American Express and ask for 9 more, all right, on an authorized user or division card, that could be up to $1 million. If we ask for checkbook money, that's $2.5 million for the corporation to play. You're going to have to learn how to master daisy chain of credit too. So let's play. If you allow me to build your divisions for you, I'm giving you $10,000 of cash credit today, okay, under the corporate umbrella. This means a division is $999. You get $10,000 of cash credit. If you wanted 3, that's $2,997. But during this broadcast, you're getting 3 for the price of 2 and $30,000 of credit, as long as it's $19.99 and it's a Zelle only. We will not take a card on that at all. So there's Zelle, Ray Reynolds recipient, rayscredit.com, RW if you use Zelle. If you need some little help with that too, 800-254-9506. I like goodies. You like goodies yet? Goodies make a lot of sense to me. All right, through that and the love ride of Neil Diamond a couple times too. So you want some goodies? Now I believe you should have $1 million of cash cards and up to $5 million of checkbook money. Is that okay? Making you a money-making machine. $100,000 to $1 million supply and vendor credit. Pay a bill up to 90 days, OPM money. Using what I created for Dun & Bradstreet too. I'm selling on Amazon and eBay. We get to play. So let's build you over here. Then the corporation, like you see on TV in the commercial, the unlimited green card times 9, the B of A times 9, the Wells Fargo times 9, the Ink times 9, the gold card times 9. Up to 5 cards can be up to $5 million. All right, what about the other 5 cards too? Then we look at basically what we get to do, and let's focus on checkbook money. The bank will give you up to $150,000 unsecured, as long as you have a 2-year corporation. Here's my 5 favorite ones. Ultimate goal, I call it checkbook money per entity. That means you can build up to $5.4 million. I mean, where are you going to get the money to run a real business? You need $1 million plus in credit. If you don't build it through the corporate and the division process, get a raise, win the lottery tonight. Good luck with that. Ultimate goal is very simple. We get to play the game. We get to win. Now, if you don't have a 2-year corp, wait till next year or get one of the 1 or 2 we have left in stock. It's $9.99 when you call the office. During the webinar, it's half price with me, $4.99. Ultimate goal. Then you just pay your filing fee in your state. So let's Zelle that today right away. If you need help, again, you call the office. That's all you got to do. So I got specialty classes on Saturday. All right, very simple today. All right, we did real estate last week. This week is basically leveraging money. We get to play. Specialty classes are $9.99 for 90 days or $4.99 per class. Ultimate goal. So this crazy stuff's got to stop. You got to quit bringing the pain home and screwing up your credit. Now that you know there are 2 cards that'll balance your debt, no matter if you charge them up, no matter what you do, you don't fluctuate your credit score below 750 ever again. Is that okay if you pay attention and turn these up today? Now every application for corporate credit requires, all right, you to be a certified CFO for cash credit. So understand, borrow money is not taxable. You're going to have to buy your lifetime income. The only thing you're allowed to screw up or get screwed up in your life from now on is the division, not the corporation, not your family. I want you to have your cake and eat it too, raise rules. All right, very simple. Become a certified CFO and never bring the pain home ever again. Is that okay? If you pay attention to me and do what I tell you to do. If I give you a check for $1 million, what would you do? You probably put it in your personal account. I'd tell you no, because you only get to keep $375. Put it in the corporation and the divisions. What do you get to do? Pay all the bills first, pay tax on the leftover. That's step number 8. Now the cities and states, what did they do? The United States of America Incorporated. They got basically 50 corps, and then they got states, and then they got cities. Then they created Chapter 9 bankruptcy in the Federal Protection Act public record, and they get to bankrupt the debt, stay in business in front of you. But you could actually do the same thing as long as you have no intent to do fraud. Why don't you look up bankruptcy today? Who's going to be the duck the next time things screw up? SSN or SS4? That's going to be up to you. So let's understand today, very simple to listen and do. All right, I'd like to build you up to $1 million if you allow me to. You got to go to class, not following you want. You got to pay attention and follow through. Here's the starter package. Corporation this morning, I Googled it. Attorney CPA is $5,000 plus. You don't learn diddly squat. Corporation service is now $2,000 even. Simple, you still didn't learn diddly squat. I've been given articles of the corporation for free for 45 years. So let's rebuild you rapid score articles also tax ID free if you don't have it. If you have it, I'll build what you got. Why don't you go to level 1 and set up every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I want to charge you $999. I want to give you $5,000 back and rebuild your life. Don't worry, nobody else does this on the planet. All right, giving you $5,000 back, and you're stuck with me up to 6 days a week too. So we add history, we analyze, and we pop credit as soon as possible as we try to train you as a certified CFO. The ultimate goal that offers during the webinar only. It's a Zelle, or you call the office at 800-254-9506. Beat your doubt, run your race, get out of my way while I rebuild you, please. Ultimate goal. So let's understand something today. Getting past go. I like goodies. You like goodies yet? How about the mansions in the harbor? How about the race boats and the yachts, helicopters, U-Docks, and we got Lamborghinis and buildings too. I would like you to change your driver's license today to P.O. Box, mail and address, more privacy, but that's up to you. I'd like you to look at the car you drive today. The one you allowed them to sweat you 5 hours at the dealership and lose 10 to 20,000 and 9 inquiries too. By the way, that's not how you buy a car. A car should be fleet price, tax ID division, no gap insurance, write it all off. Now, when you buy a house, don't put two people on the loan. That's kind of dumb. All you need is one. Why create a loan to value for two people at the same time? Lose the house, lose the car shouldn't be yours anyway. Then the creditor gives you bad credit, and then they report it to the IRS as a 1099-C, and now you got double shitty credit. Congratulations for not planning the problem. Every registered owner of a car should be a division. The only thing you're willing to sacrifice planning the problem. You get to play if you pay attention to me. Simple today. Every piece of property should be a division. You don't know who's going to slip and fall and try to screw you up too. Your house payment, offset basically. All right, your income and your paycheck. We get to play. Amazon didn't pay tax on the first 10 billion, and they're sure not paying tax now. They're worth double a trillion. It's like anything else. He used basically a line of credit to buy Twitter, and he's twiddly dumb and twiddly dee. Why? He screwed it up in the first 2 days. We're going to X the spot, right? Give me a break. I can't wait to him and Mark basically go in the ring and beat it all up. Whoever loses or wins, I like to take them both on at the same time. Just have some fun. All right, they're up to the challenge. He's got a spaceship, so the other two guys have spaceships too. Oh, to my good. So understand we can play the game and join the club as long as you want to play to win. Step 15 starting today. Run your life through a corporation or conjunction. Step 16, or basically pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. See, a Lamborghini, what do? You get your paycheck called taxable income, don't you? You get the leftover, and then you pay car payment, gas registration, insurance. I think you should be able to know and start driving a company car like I do. It would make more sense to me. Step 17. Why don't you go to irs.gov today? Why don't you download an SS4 form and find out banking and credit purposes? You never had to be a duck or a sheep in the since day one. You chose to follow silly and dumb. So the ultimate goal, let's learn how to play. Can you pay attention to me today? Ultimate goal. Mama, she delivered a baby. Within an hour and a half, she got the SS form for the SS5 for SSN, so the baby can go home and take a nap. The ultimate goal is simple to do. Everything's rules and tools for me. Escrow, close, homestead, trust. House is not in a trust. When they sue you, they kind of screw you and take it away. When you die, stuck in a probate, your family got diddly squat. So maybe when you fix up that property today, when you hire that contractor that hires a subcontractor that stand outside Home Depot, good workers. But when they slip, fall, and cut corners, what are they going to do? They're going to sue you and screw you up too. My way is they're going to get diddly squat. I like my way, don't you? Why don't you look up in every revocable trust today? But you're that grown-up that keeps bringing the pain home. Now that's step 19, 6 more to go. We could play if you pay attention today. If you're one of those tax protesters, you don't pay tax, then go to prison like Wesley Snipes did for 3 years and pay $5 million in penalties. See, you can't play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. IRS has a form called 656, 433 A and B. Keep your butt in the system, play by the rules and tools. Ultimate goal, step 20. Now, if you learn to be an OPM, other people's money, you don't pay a bill up to basically 90 days. You save up to 70%. You close an escrow, that $200,000 is leveraged to $15 million. Ultimate goal, from there, line of defense, borrow money is not taxable. That's step 21 called blackjack. Oops, we won again. Here's my office 14 years ago. 22,000 square foot building. All right, one technology driver, run spectrum locations in 3 states, making up to $1 million a day. When I came out of that coma and they stole my life, what am I going to do? Go home and go boo like most of you? Nope. I'm going to take out my blueprint, see it, believe it, go get it. Going to take out my 5 closet divisions and go build another $1 million of credit. Why would I stay down like you? Why do you stay down? I'm one of the few, not one of the many. It's up to you to start playing the game and learning to win. 1,000 steps to millionaire. If you don't have the Millionaire's Founders Kit, let me know. It's yours for free as long as you Zelle over $99 covering shipping and handling. That's all you got to do. There's your Zelle. You can always call the office as well too. The ultimate goal is I'm online 6 days a week, live, Monday through Saturday. So you're stuck with me and I get to repackage you if you allow me to. Never forget credit, loan, and money. You want to build financial freedom. Your ultimate goal is residual income up to 50,000. That's where you all screwed up. I'm sorry to say. You didn't gather like things I've been doing since I was a kid, which you should have, about that free money. All right, $50,000 by the time you invested, you got 2,000 positive cash flow. You can create anywhere from 8,000 to 50,000 a month. There's 16 ways and opportunity to be an investor to your corporation and your divisions too. Biggest problem we got is you. You didn't build residual income. And the reality is that's why you basically have ups and downs too many times. So if you want residual income, hedge fund, real estate, franchise, maybe a storage unit too, ultimate goal, you got to play, and you should play my way just a little bit too. So again, that $100,000, if I add you to a card, I rebuild you, I make you an authorized user, I ask for separate billing, and now you have your own account. Now 100,000, we normally charge 10%. That's 10 grand. Today, you can get that $100,000 for $3,999 if it was done today by Zelle. You want to be part of a package? Click, take a picture. Based on how much credit you want, pick the one you want to invest the money, and we give you up to 10 times your money back anyway. Again, you get a call with me live and level 1, 2, 3 specialty classes as well. If you're a current client, you want to increase your limit, 10,000 is $499 today, 25,000 is $999. Ultimate goal. All you got to do is RW and Zelle right away or call the office at 800-254-9506. What are you willing to lose? Let's think about a corporation is sued. It may soon be sued. Divisions, what do they give us? Line of defense. The only thing I could create that actually makes sense so we don't bring the pain home. It takes 9 divisions up to $1 million. It takes 41 up to $5 million. We can play the game as long as you allow me to rebuild you. Division process, 10,000 of cash credit per division today. And it's basically $999 for the division and 10,000 of credit back to you. You want 3 is $2,997 today. During the webinar, it's $1,999 for 3 and $30,000 of credit. There's your Zelle, Ray Reynolds recipient, RayRaceCredit.com. Once again, if you can't do it through Zelle, call the office and find out if they can help you too. The reality is, what are you willing to lose? Family, corporation, or division? See, the way I designed this and where we play any game, we can't be cheaters. So I designed it so we both get checkmate. Isn't that the ultimate goal? Step 23. We both get to win too. Reaching the dream, think to be the impossible. I've been doing this since I was a little boy. The ultimate goal is millions and billions in the corporation division structure and training you to be a certified CFO. Is that okay if you learn to play and don't have joint credit ever again? Buy a house, escrow codes, Homestead Trust. Corporations are free. You pay a little filing fee and you get your divisions. Real estate, franchise, current business, and line of defense. Raise rules. I like to build credit up to 10 times more than you invest. To take away your excuses and you can write it all off. The ultimate goal. That's step 24, by the way. From there, if all you want me to do today is rebuild your credit, okay. 750 score, what do I have to do? We have to analyze you to tell you the truth. We're going to show a rapid rescore too. And what do you get to do? Go to class, not following your what, and your focus is rapid rescore, 750, and class on Saturday. And we normally charge $999 and $1,000 card back to you, but during the broadcast today, we're going to discount half price to $499 and give you a card for $500 back to you. No more excuses. Reality is, if you want a starter package, from there, rebuild the credit rapid score. Articles also tax ID are free if you don't have them. From there, set up level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The ultimate goal is $999, 5,000 of credit back to you. We analyze, add history, and start popping credit as soon as possible. And that's the ultimate goal, training you to be a certified CFO. So let's play. And that opportunity is during this webinar only at that price and that credit back to you. All you have to do is Zell, Ray Reynolds recipient, Ray at rayscredit.com, and RW, or you can call the office at 800-254-9506. Give me referrals, I'll build more credit. If not, I'll sell you back 10% as long as that person says your name when they sign up. So I always say email me their phone number and their name too, so you get credit for that as well. From there, here's the corporation managing entities. Banks and grocery stores, bankrupt locations. I want you to play, not bring the pain home, and not have the intent to do fraud. So let's understand today, it's very simple. Stop bringing the pain home, reprogram your brain to millionaire status, and become that certified CFO. Look behind the curtain, stop bringing the pain home, stay safe, stay strong, we do our best. Jesus does the rest, amen to that too. At the end of the day, it's all up to you, ladies and gentlemen. If what I said made sense today, all you have to do flat out, all right, is Zell, now, or call the office at 800-254-9506. Ask for a specialist or ask for Scott. They will be love to help you every step of the way. Ultimate goal is very simple to do as you basically go through this process as well. So again, there was a question here. So let me take a picture of the question. Always do, that way we get it right away. Ultimate goal. Count on numbers of days. All right, there's formula method doing quicker physical accounting. Well, look at your calendar. There's always a way. You can actually do it online. It'll tell you flat out. You can ask Siri on your cell phone too. So ladies and gentlemen, Zell, now. All right, if you don't, then what happens is nothing. So you do yourself a favor. We do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And never forget, at the end of the day, God loves us all.